SpongeBob SquarePants. You love them, I love them, everyone loves them. Okay, most people love them. I was an avid SpongeBob fan as a child, and this game has been collecting dust inside my PlayStation library since it was the free game of the month last June. Is this the greatest SpongeBob game of all time? Probably not, because Battle for Bikini Bottom exists. There's only one way to put this theory to the test. It's time to play the game. We start off the game in what other place but SpongeBob's Pineapple, and the very first thing I did was increase the camera speed because it was slower than Gary the Snail. Actually, I think Lightning Larry was even faster than this camera. Anyways, after finding Patrick in a deep sleep, I made my way to annoy Sandy, who was kind enough to teach me how to swing my arms. Am I a bad person for my first trophy being smacking 25 NPCs? I didn't even know this was a trophy. This was just my first instinct when I saw these kids sitting on the ledge. Patrick finally woke up, and it was now time to make our way over to Glove World. After buying this magical bubble soap from this mermaid, which totally won't set off a chain of events for the game to follow, we head back to Bikini Bottom to blow some bubbles with this stuff, and Bikini Bottom is now ruined. It was now our job to save everyone in town. Oh, and Patrick for some reason got turned into a balloon. The mermaid agrees to help us, which she should, because honestly it's her fault we're in this mess, and gives us our first costume so we can enter our first portal. Our first mission, find Mr. Krabs.
Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs.
And with a little help from the juice guy, we needed to make our way to the sheriff of Manta Fe. Some platforming, murdering, and seahorsing later, we made our way to the saloon. I wonder what Mr. Krabs has been up to. We made our way inside to speak to the sheriff, aka Sandy, and absolutely destroyed her in a drinking contest. But we needed more cactus juice to finish our drinking duel, and the only one that can help us? This guy. I don't know his name, but he sure does look familiar. What's this? He also says he wants you to subscribe to the channel. We agreed to do some business with this honest businessman to harvest some cacti juice, and got this trophy for killing 50 enemies unscathed. I drained 1 cacti, I drained 2 cacti, I drained 3 cacti, I drained 8 total cacti. Then I threw it all into this barrel. After all this cacti draining, I think I'm gonna go drain my own. I also got this trophy for bubbling an enemy that had no idea I was flying out of the sky. Turns out this mysterious stranger was Mr. Krabs the whole time, and he was running away without sharing any of the profits. We killed all the jellies, caught up to him, and took him with us back to Bikini Bottom. Our next level was to look for Sandy, this time starring in our very own karate movie. The director of that movie? This guy. Our first scene in this movie was side-scrolling through these streets, and I got this trophy for pushing 50 enemies with this jelly's roar. My next scene, Squidward taught me how to use my legs, and I started traversing the city like I was Spider-Man, but instead of getting bit by a spider, I was bit by Bruce Lee. I then showed off my insane karate moves to the press because, come on, who doesn't want to watch a sponge kick random balloons in the air? And played Subway Surfers if Subway Surfers was a good game. Our final scene was with Sandy Cheeks, and not in the way you are thinking, get your mind out of the gutter. But what if?
What do you mean by that?
We had to go one-on-one with Miss Cheeks, and after a few kicks to the head, she was dead. Our next level was to save our beloved Pineapple, and I've got to say, this level sucks. No, really, this level is all about collecting socks.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Admiral Prawn stole our home and all of the Dutchman's socks, and the only way that the Dutchman will help us is if we collect his dirty laundry for him. Check your feet, check your dresser, because if you're missing any socks, it's because this guy stole them from you. Is it a plane? Is it a pizza? No, it's just the sock savior. I also got this trophy for destroying 1,000 tikis. After collecting all the socks and rescuing Larry from all the jellies, I then had to save all the anchovies that Admiral Prawn locked into a cage because they weren't fit to become pirates. And considering the only words they say is meep, I think he's right. I still decided to save them because I'm the hero of this story, and even witnessed this beautiful performance from this singing jelly. Next, I had to collect more socks and hoist them on the pirate ships because everyone knows a ship can't sail without dirty socks, and even got 2 trophies. one for giving 100 enemies brain damage, and the other one for killing an Eddie Hall jelly with friendly fire. With all the socks in their positions, it was now time to take down Admiral Prawn and save our home. I fought my way all the way to his ship and even got this trophy for hitting 10 tartar jellies with my bubbles. Took out the rest of his crew and reclaimed my pineapple. Next, it was time to find Gary in Rock Bottom, and yes, we kept missing the bus at the candy machine. Luckily for us, this level was during Halloween, so we get to do some trick-or-treating for, Mrs. Fluff. We needed 5 candy bars so we can enter the snail contest and hopefully find Gary. You would think finding 5 candy bars in a town during Halloween would be easy, but unfortunately, it seems like most citizens weren't home. I did eventually find 5 citizens, however, that were willing to part ways with their candy.
Chocolate! Chocolate! Finally, chocolate!
I brought the sweets back to Mrs. Fluff and learned what it was like to be turned into a Sauber Formula 1 car, even though at the time of editing, they just finished with double points somehow. Next, I solved the shadow puzzle of the hash-slinging slasher and fought my way to an angry Gary. Gary was suffering from an extreme sugar rush, so the only way to get him back to normal is to cut off his supply of candy. Okay, it didn't work, but at least he's back to Bikini Bottom. My next mission was to save Squidward, who was lost inside prehistoric kelp forest. I learned pretty quickly that just like real life, it's best to stay away from getting crabs. This level was pretty much just sequences of riding on this boulder or sliding on your tongue, and they didn't even bother putting in the tongue slide music from Battle for Bikini Bottom. So here's a compilation of such activities to some proper music. Also got this trophy for having 10,000 jellies. Carry on. I then made my way to Squidward, who was being held hostage by Pearl, and after some dodging and taking out her support beams, this crying whale was now deep fried and Squidward has been saved. He forgot how to speak normal words, but that's okay, we'll get him on the Duolingo. Next up, we were saving Pearl. Not the caveman version. Turns out she didn't want to be saved because she was throwing a killer slumber party and managed to destroy our only way out of the dimension. So now we have to find all the pieces of the wand and put it back together. I also got this trophy for hitting 50 of the red buttons. We found all the pieces, but Squidnote wouldn't let us in to see the princess because we weren't invited. So I guess we'll just find another way in. I found 3 colored keys, climbed their respective towers, and hit 3 buttons so I can get the stable key from out of this fountain. After witnessing a unicorn steal a piece of our wand, it was now time to steal a seahorse and chase it through the forest to get our wand back. After reaching this cottage, the witch says that we can't get the wand back without finding her some pro-aging cream, because I guess she isn't old enough already. After partaking in her fetch quest to find her this stuff, she finally gave us the wand. Does she do parties? Asking for a friend. I then learned there was only one way into the slumber party. Trying out for the band. With a little bouncing on the drums and some approval from the crowd, I was hired as the royal bard for the slumber party. I made my way through the endless hallway of bunk beds, and the boss was the witch this whole time. We were gonna defeat her by playing Overcooked? At least I didn't rage as much as when I actually play that game. Next up was the final mission of the game, which was back at Glove World. We needed Mrs. Puff to help us get there, but she was kind of stuck in a little pickle, so it was our job to clear out the jellyfish and save her. Oh, and I also got this trophy for breaking 500 objects. I saved Mrs. Puff, floated into Glove World, and found myself crossing through the Tunnel of Love. I then harvested the power of the reef blower. I know exactly how I'm gonna use this reef blower. To murder all the jellies in Glovey Glove, of course. With Glovey now dead, I thought this was the final boss, but no, the final boss has been Cassandra the whole time. And kinda Squidward, considering she turns him into a giant monster. I dodged all his tricky attacks, hit Cassandra with the reef blower a few times, and now the game was officially beaten. But we're just getting started, chat, because the great trophy cleanup is upon us. This game features a ton of collectibles, combat-based, and boss fight trophies. So it was now time to lock in for the next few hours, which is exactly what I did. This is going to be a lot of trophies, so bear with me. I caught 50 jellyfish. I bubbled 100 enemies. I found all 8 golden spatulas. I collected all the collectibles in every level, things like fortune cookies, refreshments, and all 70 gold coins. I had this giant worm kill 10 of his own friends. I got these 2 trophies tricking Glovey to kill his own friends. I got this trophy for bouncing on it 10 times in a row.
I beg your pardon?
I then sucked 100 enemies with this reef blower, defeated 10 baby booms with their own missiles, and then farmed this poor little guy getting smashed to death by Eddie Hall 25 times. Next was the hardest trophy in the entire game, spinning 6 umbrellas at once, followed by the second hardest trophy, killing this blob 5 times with his own friends. If you're still here, congratulations, because now it's time for all the boss-related trophies. I caught Mr. Krabs in under 3 minutes. I beat Sandy without taking any damage. I beat Admiral Prawn in under 5 minutes. I beat Pearl without hitting any of her shockwaves. I beat Overcooked without taking any damage, evaded all of Gary's light beams, and evaded all of Squidward's tentacle strikes during the final boss. There was only 1 trophy left, and you would think that after grinding this game, I would have enough jellies to buy all the costumes, but no. I had to grind this parking lot sections for 20 minutes, just farming tikis. And with all the costumes bought, I was now truly a goofy goober. With another platinum trophy out of the way, it's time to rank this wonderful game. I'm gonna put this platinum in B tier. It's a really solid game that could have gotten an A. Not letting me just get the collectibles my first time through a level because my sponge brain didn't possess the knowledge of certain moves really annoys me. Thank you for watching another fabulous platinum trophy video, and I will see you all in the next one.
Choco!